I'm Dayna. Whew, that's better. And this is Dayna's Music Notes. A quick shout out to my friend Debbie for making me this mask. It's super cute and it's reversible. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I do apologize. It's a gorgeous spring day, so somebody's doing their lawn next door, so you might just hear the lawnmower. But anyway, during these trying times, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And you know, I was thinking with people at home more and maybe a little more time on your hands, it might be a perfect time for you to learn the piano. So I'm hoping that you will stay at home and learn piano with me. So let's get started. Hey guys. Welcome back to my music room. If you watched my first video, I did a little tour of my music room. And this is where we will be doing all of our lessons. But before we actually get started at the keyboard part of my piano, I wanted to give y'all a little history of the piano. Now, if this is super boring to you and you could care less, feel free to just zoom right past it. But the piano was invented in the 1700s, making it 300 years old, which is really cool. It was invented by an Italian instrument maker, and his name was Bartolomeo Christophori. And before he actually invented the piano, they had the harpsichord. And if you haven't heard a harpsichord, how it sounds like this. One more interesting thing about the piano is that it used to be called the pianoforte, and that is because it has the ability to play both loud and soft, which the harpsichord did not. And the words piano and forte are actually Italian words that mean soft and loud. And just over the years, they dropped the forte part of it, and we now just call it the piano. As you can see here, I've opened up my piano for you so you can see the inside. So notice all the strings. And a lot of people would think that the piano is a stringed instrument, but it's actually a percussion instrument. And I'll show you why in a little while. But right now, I wanted you to notice the strings. Okay, so see how thick these strings are, and they run really long. And then as it moves up this way, then the strings are really short and a lot thinner. And so I'll also show you on my keyboard just the different sounds. So a percussion instrument is one that is played by striking it with your hand or another object. And so you can see here the hammers are striking the strings, thus making a piano a percussion instrument. So if you go to the very lowest keys on my piano, you can hear how low and deep those are. And those are those strings that I was telling you about that are, you know, really thick and long. And then as it goes up, your sounds get higher and thinner. And that's those tiny little strings that I showed y'all. There are two types of pianos. You have upright pianos and grand pianos. Mine, of course, is a grand piano. And the difference is that an upright piano, the strings run vertically, and in a grand piano, they run horizontally. So the piano has 88 keys. And notice you have black keys and you have white keys. We are only going to be focusing on the white keys for a while. The black keys, those will come into play later and their names. Now, if you have a keyboard, then you're not going to have 88 keys like a full piano does, but you'll still be able to play quite a bit. So the first thing we're going to learn today in your first lesson is the musical alphabet. And it starts off just like our English alphabet, but instead of 26 letters, there's only 7. So it starts with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that's it. And then it just repeats. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. Easy peasy, right? So come on over and I'll show you on my piano. Okay, we'll start with A. And it just goes right up the row. B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it starts over again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and I'm going to stop at this C. Okay, the keyboard goes up quite a bit, but this is your middle C. If you'll notice, the black keys on a keyboard are in a pattern that's grouped in 2s and 3s. And we're not going to worry about the black keys today. These are the sharps and flats, and we'll learn about them very soon. So right now I want to talk about finger numbers. And if you've ever looked at a piece of music, you might see that there's tiny little numbers. There's a 4, a 3, a 2, and that just is a suggested fingering that they want you to use. So you need to know which fingers are which. So a lot of times you want to think of this finger as 1, just because we always say we're number 1, but in piano, your thumb is finger 1. And it's super easy. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for your left hand, your thumb is still number 1. So the fingering for your left hand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now let's go back to the middle C. The middle C is the most important because it divides your piano into treble clef, which is mostly what your right hand plays, and from the C, middle C down is your bass clef, which is usually what your left hand's going to play. So the first thing we're going to learn today is how to play a C scale. So you start with your thumb on the middle C, and you go, now remember your finger numbers, you go 1, 2, 3, then you're going to tuck your thumb under to play the F, and then you're just going to use all the rest of your fingers. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, thumb under, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now coming back down, you're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to take your third finger, cross it over to play the E, swing your thumb back around, and then finish up. So this will be another assignment for this week, is to play your C scale. So you'll start off slow, of course, and then eventually you'll be able to play it pretty quickly. So the second thing I want to teach you right here at C, and where my right hand is, this is called C position. And just be sure you have a finger on every key. But right now we're going to play a C chord. So a chord is the first, third, and fifth tone of whatever scale you're playing. So a C chord would be C, E, G played, and it can either be played at the same time or separately. So this is a blocked C chord. This is a broken C chord. And then if you have problems playing your blocked chord, the easiest way to do it would be play a C, keep holding it down, play your E, keep holding that down, and then your pinky on the G. And right now all 3 fingers are down, and then just try to push those. So these 2 fingers are going to be up a little bit out of the way. And that's it. So you have your C scale and your C chord. And there you go. That's a great 2 things for you to practice. And we also call those warm-ups. It warms up your fingers before you start playing your other songs. So at the end of each one of my lessons, my plan is to play a song for you. And please believe me, this is not to show off like whatsoever. It's just that I was hoping it might be something that would inspire you to think, oh, that's a really pretty song. I would love to learn that, and maybe inspire you to keep practicing and working on your own music. You know, there's a saying that goes, those that can't do, teach. And I don't know if I completely agree with that, but I do know that I was never one to enjoy playing, you know, in front of people. When I was younger, the recitals made me so nervous. And I did love playing on a worship team, though, because all eyes weren't on me. I was just playing the keyboard kind of in the background and singing, so that worked for me. But today's song is called Christophori's Dream, kind of in honor of Christophori, who invented the piano. And this song was composed by one of my favorite composers. His name is David Lanz. I play a lot of his music and I just love it. And it is a bit of a long song, so I don't, it won't hurt my feelings at all if you fast forward through this, but I hope you won't. It's really it's a beautiful song. And at the end, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a music box. So I hope you enjoy it. that concludes Dayna's Music Notes Lesson 1. And I do try to plan to upload every Monday, so that'll give you a full week to kind of practice what we've learned for that day and then meet me back the next week. So in review, this week you could be working on finding all your keys on the piano or keyboard, practicing your C scale, and also your C chord. And I sure hope you'll join me next time. Thanks for watching.